Do you guys want to know who's not named in the Epstein files? Well, Joe Biden and Barack Obama are not named in the Epstein files. Have a good evening.
You see how with everything Jeffrey Epstein had going on, he still had the time to sit down and write an email about genetically optimizing black people. Apparently our physical capabilities are amazing, however, we're just not smart enough. Can we figure out a way to make those blacks smarter? I don't understand what the obsession is. Like, you're literally looking at black children and measuring their cognitive development as opposed to their physical development. This man said that the reason black people excel in physicality is because their brains simply are not on the level of their white peers. And since physicality is easier, they will excel at that rather than intellectual-based things.
He wants the files released, but won't release them. He's focused on affordability by building a $300 million ballroom. He deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, but threatens war with Venezuela. He'll bring down prices on day one, but beef prices are at record highs. He's America first, but has a $40 billion bailout for Argentina. He's for the working class, but giving tax cuts to billionaires. He has a terrific healthcare plan, but won't tell us what it is. He's protecting federal buildings, but tore down the East Wing of the White House. He's cutting waste, fraud, and abuse, but added $2 trillion to the national debt this year. He wants men out of women's locker rooms, but walked into a teenage beauty pageant's dressing room. He's closing down the border, but opening it up for white South Africans. He's a Christian, but never goes to church. He's a businessman, but always goes bankrupt. He loves the military, but dodged the draft. He wants law and order, but he's a convicted criminal. He backs the blue, but not at the U.S. Capitol. He does all this, and you, my American friends, still support him. After 30,000 lies, 6 bankruptcies, 5 draft deferments, 4 indictments, 3 wives, 2 impeachments, and 1 insurrection. After COVID, tariffs, ICE raids, government shutdowns, bribes, corruption, pardons, selective prosecutions, illegal drug boat strikes, unconstitutional executive orders, and months of chaos. Because at this point, my dear Americans, submissive fellow journalists, spineless members of Congress, corrupt business leaders, cowardly university presidents, enabling law firms, out-of-touch rappers, and anyone else who normalizes this shit show, he's not the problem. You are.
Well, they didn't scrub everything. I don't know if you guys have been looking through the files like I have, but there are pages and pages, hundreds of pages that are just completely blacked out, which is completely illegal. However, they didn't scrub everything because I found something. And don't worry, I have receipts. Here you go. It looks like this was filed in 2020. She was 14 years old. She was 14 years old when Epstein took her to Mar-a-Lago and introduced her to Donald J. Trump. You can read it yourself. Epstein elbowed Trump playfully, asking him, "This is a good one, right?" She was 14. Trump smiled in agreement. I don't want any of you ever again telling me he's not involved in this. Read it yourself, even though they are combing through this, trying to redact any mention of anyone in their club. You can read it right here. Stop lying to yourself. Get on the right side of history.
Oh my God, soul sister, you are so right. I must have had too much eggnog yesterday. I left the 3 most important people out. 3 more, and the most important people who were not in the Epstein files, who do not appear in the Epstein files, who do not need redactions, and they are, drumroll please, I'll put a drumroll. President Barack Obama did not appear in the Epstein files. And President Joe Biden did not appear in the Epstein files and did not need any redactions for anything. And last, but definitely not least, Kamala Harris did not appear in the Epstein files. Are you seeing a pattern here? Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris did not appear in the Epstein files. Need we say more? And thank you to Soul Sister for bringing that up.
They try their best to demonize black men, but who do we see almost exclusively, pervasively, singularly, only, unanimously in the Epstein files? I guess we ain't gonna talk about that though.
Epstein and some of his people were talking about how to genetically optimize black people. and how to make us smarter. And there appeared to be some desire for a mechanical use of us in some form or fashion. I'm still reading and trying to decipher what I read, because it's a lot. It's like this in-depth analysis of us as if we are like animals. It is disturbing to watch or read. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm so tired of people being obsessed with us like this. It is weird as fuck. We be minding our business and somehow still end up in it. And us needing to be smarter, I encourage you to go read it. It's weird as hell. And they call us apes. Just look up blacks and you'll find it.
The first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
you haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all of the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked and the number of pedophiles.
It sounds like those children being trafficked would appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at least be 1,000 times?
We have released every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Reclaiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political innuendo so you can go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising article.
But
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the people of California are being underserved by your representation.
If the president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves him?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released.
Remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Attorney's
It's a simple question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple.
Who
did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes
if you're
or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No, A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F.
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
I'm
the lawless gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt.
Bruh, Michael Jackson might be one of the most lied on people in human history. Let's just keep it real. I mean, when they said the Epstein files was being released and they was coming out, I had my doubts. I'm like, they don't sit on these things for too long. There's certain stuff they gonna been reenacted, they gonna take out, and we just never gonna know about, right? We wanted to know about them billionaires. We wanted to know about these company CEO owners. We want to know about the people who run the world going to the Epstein Island. But you know what we got? Michael Jackson at a fundraiser with Diana Ross kids taking a picture. Lord of mercy. And they tried to insinuate that the kids was from somewhere else, not knowing those Diana Ross kids, and this for a fundraiser. It just shows you how the media is still trying to manipulate things to look away with Michael Jackson. All these years later. Michael Jackson is still a scapegoat. He's been gone for what, almost 2 decades now? He's still a scapegoat. And another person they threw out there as a scapegoat, and I kind of don't like that one, Chris Tucker. I don't like that Chris Tucker was thrown out there. Because Chris Tucker admit he did go to that island one time. Chris was probably a fool trying to make political connections. You know, he was kicking it with Bill Clinton at the time. And if you want to keep it real, ever since Chris Tucker came back from that island, Chris Tucker has never been the same again. Chris Tucker gave his life to the Lord after that. You feel me? Think about that. Chris Tucker never did nothing after that. Chris Tucker admit he went there. He admit he went there. He seen something that changed his life forever. What did he see? Chris probably need to let us know that. But yeah, ever since Chris got back, you know, Chris ain't been the same Chris Tucker. He gave his life to the Lord. Chris Tucker, whatever Chris Tucker seen, it fucked him up, right? But it just lets you know, whenever these files do come out, it's gonna be a PG. It's gonna be PG. They're not gonna give us the real. They're not gonna give us the real. We beyond that. That shit is not happening, right? But it's just crazy that out of all the people that we expected, the main 2 people that they threw out there was black guys, right? Y'all should have known that was coming though.
Joe Biden, he's not in the files. Kamala Harris, she's not in the files. Barack Obama, he's not in there either. Donald Trump, he's in the files, the photos, the videos, the emails, this birthday scrapbook. It seems the more you look into Jeffrey Epstein, the more connections you find to him and Donald Trump, and the less you find to notable Democrats. But don't get me wrong, even if those connections come up, you wouldn't see me defend a single one of them. But Republicans, they really can't say the same thing.
Take a listen to how Trump's own voters are describing their own emotions right now on right-wing political call-in shows.
I feel really betrayed, and I feel really, really angry. We have a president who tells us to move on from Epstein because it doesn't matter. Are you guys still talking about this seriously? And yet he still talks about the 2020 election fraud. He talks about the Hunter Biden laptop. He talks about all this stuff from 5-6 years ago, and he tells us to move on from the Epstein trial or the Epstein case. People like me will not stop talking about this. I feel so betrayed and so angry. This is not what I voted for.
I'm concerned about being able to trust Donald Trump to keep his word. In his campaign, he said he was going to let us know all of the facts about this. And now he's saying, go away, don't pay attention to it.
These Epstein files, we were told that there was going to be released. There was this client list that was going to be released. And the fact that it's suddenly gone away and he's trying to gaslight us is like a punch in the gut to MAGA.
Hi, Happy New Year. What's up, my beautiful people? It's your lovely host, Beryl Reacts. If you are new here, please ensure that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. So, I had a target last year that I wanted to reach 500 subs before my birthday, which was on 20th. But unfortunately, things here and there couldn't work out. So we're still at 460 subs, and hopefully we're gonna get there. Let me not waste much of your time, and let's now hit it just with exactly what's going on. You've watched that video compilation, right? I believe you know exactly what these Epstein files, and you know how long they have been waited to be released, and they've been begged for by the people. Everybody wants to know who exactly is in those files, right? So you know whose name we want to talk about, whose name is so much exposed in those files to the point that people are mad. They're angry and still supporting him, even though he's done so many atrocities that needs to be looked into. And some white folks are actually raged that black folks are not involved in the Epstein files. Some people are very mad about this. They don't know what they're like. How can a black man not miss in those files? Like, Barack Obama is not there. Name them. All those black people in America, they ain't there, right? And I don't get it. Like, You're the one who chose this president. Why are you being mad and creating all this drama about? They told us that the truth would eventually come out. They promised the names would finally be revealed. They said everyone involved would be exposed. True or true? Yeah. But when the Epstein files began circulating, something unexpected happened. There was silence because they were shocked. No explosive headlines about the black celebrities, no trending mugshots, no viral accusations tied to black communities. And that's when the outrage started. Yeah. So across social media, why some white commentators weren't just celebrating about justice. They were angry that they don't get to see any black person in those files, and they are super mad about it. Angry that the names surfacing looked familiar. Angry that the powerful people being questioned didn't fit the narrative they expected. Angry that once again the story didn't go the way they wanted it to go. Instead of asking why certain elites were protected for so long, the focus is now shifting to different questions altogether. You see, instead of focusing on the most important part of the Epstein files, they're losing it. They're losing target, right? Yeah. Instead of just focusing on why those elites have been hidden for so long, even though they committed such big crimes, they're looking at something else. Like, why is there not a black person in there? Like, bro, come on. Why aren't black people involved? These white folks keep on asking that, and they're asking the crowd, they're asking across social media platforms, why aren't black people involved in the Epstein files? Not, they're not asking like, why did this happen? Not how were the victims silenced? Not how did power protect predators? They're not looking at that. But why aren't black people in those files? That is the main question these white folks are asking. You get why it makes people mad? It makes me angry. Yeah. So that reaction has actually exposed something deeper, something, just, I don't know how to put it, but like, because when accountability finally knocks, some people still don't want justice. They want company. For decades, stereotypes like this have been painted on black communities, on many black people, like they are criminals, they are immoral, they are dangerous. Yet, here was a global scandal involving private jets, the elites, the billionaires, presidents, politicians, royalty, you name it. And the faces connected to it, they're telling a different story. They're talking about money, it's all about power, it's all about access, not race. And that's just the reality that made many people uncomfortable. Instead of confronting systematic corruption, some choose to actually just stay away from it. Instead of holding their own accountable, they search for someone else to blame because they're searching for black people to put the blame on this. Crazy. But the absence of black names isn't suspicious. It's actually very much revealing. It reveals who truly controls institutions, who moves freely without scrutiny, and who has long been protected by wealth and influence. So, this is not just about race, my people, it's about power. And when power is exposed, like right now, when power is exposed to listen, those who benefit from it often lash out. Like right now, they're mad, insanely mad. Like, yeah, so Because of all of that, the truth just doesn't uncover crimes, it shatters myths. So maybe the real question isn't why aren't black people involved? The question should be why are some powerful people circles always shocked when the spotlight finally turns on them? My beautiful audience, my beautiful community, my family, you are much appreciated, all of you, for being here. Please ensure that you subscribe. All I can say is, why are you involving race in this topic? Those victims have gone through so much torture, their families, friends, they had to deal with a lot because we don't know in to what depths those victims were traumatized, or I don't know what kept them silent for that long, to the point it is now being revealed after so long. Instead of taking those who did wrong accountable, you are still asking why there is no black person in there. That is just crazy, man. Let's change. Take people accountable. Okay? Please subscribe. Happy New Year. And hopefully by the end of January, we are at 500 subs or 700. Bye.